Project coordinators, this one is for you. If you're wondering, how is it that you can become an asset to your organization and to the project manager that you may be working with, here are some tips for you. But before we get started, my name is Alexis. I have over 10 years experience in project management and agile delivery. So there's really two aspects that you're going to want to focus on as a project coordinator. And really this remains true as a project manager, but especially when you're first starting out, you want to understand as you are shadowing a more senior project manager, you want to understand what are the project objectives? What is it that we are working to achieve as a part of this project? Because that is going to drive pretty much every decision. Let's say, for instance, we have a project where we are organizing a wedding, and it's really important for this couple to have their wedding in fall. There's some sentimental value that they associate to having their wedding in fall. Well, then we know that all of our decisions need to be based off of having a wedding in the fall time. If we find that certain venues are not available in fall, then they're not an option, right? So we first want to understand the project objectives, and in addition to that, we want to understand what the scope is going to be. So going with this wedding example, what do we need to collect? We need to understand what the decorations will be, what the invitations will look like, get an understanding of the deliverables. We also want to understand their targeted time frame. We know that they want to have this wedding in fall, but of which year, and specifically which month, and specifically what day, right? Then we want to understand what the budget is that they're working with. That is going to also drive a lot of the decisions that are made. So you have an understanding of the project objectives, the scope, the schedule, budget, you're going to be in a great starting point to be able to understand everything else through that lens. Now, the other aspect you need to focus on is the project lifecycle. And so the project lifecycle consists of 5 phases: initiation, planning, execution, I was going to skip over one, execution, monitoring and controlling, as well as closing. And so you'll want to understand through each of these phases, what is happening, what is the work that you're doing, and also what are the deliverables being produced as a result of each of these phases. So if you can focus on these two aspects of understanding the scope, schedule, budget, project objectives, along with the processes and deliverables that need to be as a result of going through the project lifecycle, is going to help you so much in being able to frame all of the information. Because quite frankly, it can be overwhelming to digest and to focus in on what is needed for you as a project manager to deliver. And so focusing on these two aspects will be an asset for you. And if you want to go further into project management, I have 2 options for you in addition to following me, of course. You can book me for one-on-one coaching. You can also sign up for my Introduction to Project Management course. Both of those options are available through the link on my profile.